Titans won a close Titans won a close game versus the Bengals 24-20. My prediction for this game was the Titans would win a close game, which it was, 31-20. Was on the mark for the Bengals, wasn't on the mark for the Titans because I had them for 30. I predicted they would score 31 points. They ended up scoring 24, so was off, was a noticeable distance off the mark for Titans points. I was also wrong about Henry would run for 2 touchdowns and over 105 yards. He didn't run for any touchdowns, didn't run for over 105 yards. Mariota throws for 2 touchdowns. He threw for 1 touchdown. But I got most of those details wrong for my prediction for this game, but really doesn't bother me because the objective is to win the game, and that's what the Titans did. They won a close game 24-20, so those details can't bother me because the Titans won the game, and that is the objective of sports, is to win the game. So I'm going to start with the cons. I'll start with the cons and then go to the pros. The cons: Mariota threw a interception that was extremely avoidable. The Bengals that had great field position easily took advantage. They scored a touchdown. It helped them to remain in the game. There was also Davis. He made a great play, but he also had a mistake of holding his arm out, and a fumble was created, resulting in a touchback. And so that's a touchdown the Titans didn't get. Otherwise, they would have put the game out of reach, going up 24-13. Would have mostly put the game out of reach because Bengals never scored any ability to score a long touchdowns, and the one that they did was a great play late in the fourth quarter. So that continued to help because that was because that was a touchdown. Because that was a touchdown that the Titans didn't score. Continued to help to keep the Bengals in this game, and the Bengals took advantage with Dalton threw to AJ Green. Byard missed a tackle. Another Titans defender missed a tackle. AJ Green ran as fast as he can, easily was able to run into the end zone for a touchdown. Bengals taking the lead in a game that was more dramatic than it had to be, which was mainly due to those two mistakes I mentioned for the Titans. If you take away that turnover, highly possible those are 7 points that the Bengals don't have. Most likely those are 7 points the Bengals don't have. If you take away that other turnover and the Titans score a touchdown, then the Titans have a 24-13 lead, and highly possible this is not more dramatic than it has to be. And also, if you take away both of those, or if you took away both of those mistakes, then that's most likely 7 points the Bengals aren't going to get, and Titans would have been leading by 24. They would have been leading 17-6, and still have that touchdown. Not from Davis because he was out of bounds. Not from Davis because he was out of bounds and didn't look like he ended up crossing the line anyways or touching the line anyways. But still, most likely the Titans were able to run it in or pass it for a touchdown. So 17-6 increases to 24-6. And so that really would have been the nail in the coffin if you take away those 2 mistakes. And Titans would have put that game out of reach because the Bengals, besides that one long touchdown pass, never showed the ability to score touchdowns for a long range. Besides that one great play that was thrown to AJ, besides that one great long range, besides that one pass to AJ Green that ended up going a long distance. So those are two mistakes that was able to keep the Bengals in this game and make it more dramatic than it had to be. Remove just one of those mistakes. This game isn't more dramatic than it had to be, and or remove both those mistakes, and this is what would have been an easy win for would have been an easy win for the Titans because of putting a far distance away from the Bengals that for this game their offense wasn't able to score long distance touchdowns. And now on to the pros. The Titans they had two turnovers, and at Arakpo he created a fumble, and Morgan, right spot at the right time, recovered the ball. And another turnover, which was a fumble, I think it was because of a bad snap or something, and another Titans defender was in the right spot at the right time, recovered that fumble. Titans, Murray, he had a great game. He ran for an easy touchdown. He had a challenging touchdown for that second touchdown. He jumped and got that second touchdown for the Titans, and then there was a pass Mariota threw to Murray. He had to run, and he did, and he got it to touch the line got it to touch the line. So the Titans ended up scoring that game-winning touchdown, and so a great game for Murray. He was undeniably the player of the game because he was responsible for all the Titans touchdowns, mainly with there was the two running touchdowns, and he caught a pass and was able to make it a touchdown, the game-winning touchdown for the Titans. So undeniably, he had a great game. He was player of the game. Also, Mariota, he proved valiant. He had to lead the Titans to for the game-winning drive. He proved valiant because he had to pass the ball and lead the Titans to a game-winning drive, which he did, including throwing that pass to Murray on 3rd and goal. And Murray was able to get in for the game-winning touchdown. So great that it was great seeing Mariota prove valiant in a pressure in a challenging situation with a game-winning drive that was a long distance. And Titans improved they clinched a winning record for the AFC North because they defeated the Browns, they defeated the Ravens, and this past Sunday they defeated the Bengals. So no matter what the result is of the Steelers game, they're going to have a winning record versus the AFC North. They're resembling the 2018 because this is the fastest they've gotten to 6 wins since 2008, which was the last time they made the playoffs. They improved their home record to 4-1. So possibly the Titans' home field advantage has returned, and they have an opportunity. They have an opportunity to have a great home record, which obviously 8-0 would be a great home record, but they could still, in my opinion, still a great home record if you're 6-2 and 7-1, and the Titans have an opportunity for the 7-1, and if not 7-1, still 6-2. But I'm highly confident that they'll finish 7-1 at home, and this is the fourth consecutive win for the Titans, increasing that win streak. And the Titans because they've beaten because they are 3-0 versus the AFC North. They have an opportunity to sweep the AFC North. I still believe it's kind of still for that Steelers game. It's still kind of still confident. I'm still thinking that's kind of sort of that's still a hard game, but if the Titans show up and they play a full game for 4 quarters, I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans won that game. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers steamrolled the Titans, but but because the Titans have been able to, they have this win streak, they have momentum. I'm confident that the Titans could win that game, but I'm still confident with the pick that I had for my Titans preview video that they'll highly possibly steamroll the Titans. But if they don't, the Titans are able to keep it a close game. That wouldn't surprise me. And if the Titans were able to win this game, that is possibly going to be their hardest of the year, that wouldn't surprise me because they're a team that's playing great. They have the win streak, and because of those things, and plus they have Davis back, he could have, if he's thrown 2 more, then highly possible if he's thrown 2 more and he's able to hold on to the ball, he's a great weapon that maybe the Steelers aren't able to contain. So those are the pros along with the Titans. It's a major win that they were able to win because the Jaguars came back versus the Chargers and won that game. So Titans are still a first place team with the Jaguars still in that rear view mirror because they have that same record, but the Titans still have the tiebreaker. So again, the Jaguars, they didn't gain any ground. And also, I think I recall maybe in a reaction video to the Titans defeat the Bengals 24-20. I saw a comment about the Titans are the least dominant 6-3 team and they're a boring team, and I think I responded to that comment, and I think I responded to that comment. I think it was on YouTube, and if I recall, and my response to that would be I think I already responded to that, but if I recall right, my response to about being, yeah, they're the least dominant 6-3 team, but they're still a winning team, along with, as far as they're being a boring team, they're the furthest thing from a boring team. They're mostly winning close games, which is great, exciting, challenging, entertaining. That's the furthest thing from a boring team when a team is winning mostly close games, which is mostly what the Titans have been doing. So calling them a boring team because they're the least dominant team, they're not steamrolling team the way the Eagles are, the way the Los Angeles Super Rams are. Even though they're not a dominant team that's steamrolling teams, that doesn't make them a boring team. They're mostly winning close games, which makes the games entertaining, great, exciting, and dramatic. If a team is blowing teams out, which the Los Angeles Super Rams are, the Eagles are, then those are boring. Those are entertaining because you're seeing a great offense, but it's boring. That's boring because the games aren't competitive. So the Titans are the furthest thing from a boring team. And go Titans. Can't wait to watch that Thursday night football game versus the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Well, it's in Pittsburgh. I'm going to be watching it, not going to be seeing it.